ya la la, 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 ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Shalom aleichem, shalom aleichem, malachei hasharet, malachei elyon, mi melech malchei hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Bochem l'shalom, Malachi HaShalom, Malachi Elyon, Mi Melech Malchi HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Yailai, yalai, lai, yalalai, lalai, lai, yalalai, lai, lai, yalala, la, 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 lai, lai, lai.
Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, and welcome to this, not only the very first Shabbat of the new month of November, but also the very first Shabbat of the new Hebrew month of Heshvan. And I can't think of any better way to celebrate Shabbat than by all of the myriad of events and activities and memories that bring us all here together. I know we are gathered in celebration of B'nai Mitzvah. I know significant birthdays. I know for still others you are here for the joy and beauty of Shabbat, and still others to share with friends and family, and others combined with the memory of loved ones who died at this season in years past and in recent days, so that all that brings us together, we are community, and it is wonderful to come together as such. And we look forward to your full participation, not only those of you who are visiting tonight, but also throughout Shabbat tomorrow. So we'll get used to raising your voices, tapping your feet, singing along, and that will make us on the Bima very happy. Well, our Shabbat is going to begin with the lighting of the candles. And I do want to point out that as beautiful as the families that will come forward in a moment to light the Shabbat candles is the reflection of both sets of these candles. The set to my left is the congregation set and was given many, many years ago in honor of a bat mitzvah that took place on this bima. And the set to my right represents truly a history of the generations, and that is because Gabby, they are your great, great, great grandmother's candlesticks, if I remember. Is that correct? I get the right amount of greats? Close enough. But most importantly, of course, they are enveloping the memory of your great-grandmother. And as we light them, her soul certainly continues to bright light with all of us. So our two B'nai Mitzvah tomorrow are Finn. So Finn, I'm going to welcome forward you and your mom and your dad, Lydia and Joe, and Gabby, if I can invite you and your parents, Sharon, Michael, and of course Nathan, come on up. You can't hide from this one. Well, page 120, if you'd like to follow along with the blessing.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kedeshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lihadlik ner shel shalom We're on page 123 for the Kiddush. 1, 2, 3. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei kli hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu mitzvotav v'ratzav v'shavat kodsho ve'ahava uratzon yichilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila lemikra kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim
Kivanu
v'charta ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mikadosh hashabbat. Amen. L'chaim.
Well, you have to have some juice.
Take a sip. I think Finn was a little thirsty. We're going to continue with the chanting of Lecha Dodi, page 138 in your Sidorim. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lekabila. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lekabila. Shamor v'zachor v'dibor echad, ishmiyanu el ha'yuchad, Adonai echad, u'shmo echad, v'shimo tiferet v'litila. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lekabila. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lekabila. Likrat Shabbat, lechuv nilcha, ki mikol habracha, mirosh mikedem dezucham, tov ma'asera b'machvat techila. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lekabila. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lekabila. Verse 5. Hitoreri, kivorech, kumi ore, shidaberi, kivod Adonai alayik mikla. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lekabila. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lekabila.
On the very last verse, it's traditional to rise and face the doors as if we are welcoming the Shabbos Queen into our midst.
Bo'ez shalom al tiret ba'alam, gam b'simcha u'b'tzorah, toch emunei am segulam, bo'ichala. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lekabila. Lecha Dodi, likrat kala, b'nei Shabbat, lekabila.
We remain standing. You may face forward. We're on page 146 as we continue with the Baruch Hu.
Yai dai dai, yai dai dai dai, yai dai 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 dai. Baruch Hu et Adonai hamivorach. Baruch Adonai, Hamivrach, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai, Hamivrach, Le'olam Va'ed.
And we continue now with the Shema on page 152.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kivud Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed.
You may be seated. We're on page 154, and to lead us, it's a pleasure to welcome forward Finn.
V'ahavta Adonai Elohecha b'chol levacha v'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shiftecha v'techa u'letecha v'derek u'shefecha u'kumecha u'shartam le'olot al yadecha v'hayu l'telefo bein einecha u'tartam al mezuzah u'visharecha Lima tiskeru al zayteh mitzvotai iten kedushim Elohim Ani Adonai Elohim Asher hotziiti me'eretz Mitzrayim le'ot lachem le'Elohim Ani Adonai Elohim.
We're in the middle of page 157, and we read responsively. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth.
The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt we were delivered. At Sinai we bound ourselves to your way.
Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, time and again we overcame oppressive forces.
And though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed.
Let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. Mi chamocha elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedor bakodesh, Torat hilot osefelem, osefelem. Malchut chara'u v'necham, okei avivnei Moshe u'Miriam, zeli anu v'amru, zeli anu v'amru. Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed. We continue with Hashkavenu on the top of page 160. Vashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Lishalom, Lishalom. V'hamidenu, Shamreinu Lichayim, Lichayim, Uthros Aleinu, Sukkot Shlomecha, Uthros Aleinu, Sukkot Shlomecha. We continue with Vishamru, page 162. V'shamiru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asut et ha-Shabbat v'dorotam berit olam b'ni uvein b'nei Yisrael b'ni uvein b'nei Yisrael b'ni uvein b'nei Yisrael oti olam Yalalalai, Shabbat Shalom, Yalalalai, Shabbat Shalom, Yalalalai, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et hashamayim ve'et ha'aretz v'yom hashvi'i Shabbat vayinavash, Shabbat vayinavash. Yalalalai, Shabbat Shalom, Yalalalai, Shabbat Shalom, Yalalalai, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shabbat Shalom.
And we are continuing to continue as we turn to page 164 for Tefillah, the prayer, the central prayer of any religious service. And indeed, it is so central to who we are that we rise through its entirety. And to lead us, it's a pleasure to welcome forward Gabby.
Adonai, Sefer Tivpak Ufia Gitahilatecha. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanorah El Elyon Gomel Hasadim Tovim V'Konei Hakol V'Zocher Hadsei Avot V'Imahot Umevi Ge'ulam Li B'nei B'neihem Leman Shemo Be'ahava Melech Oser Umashia Umagen Baruch atah Adonai Melkin Avraham of his Rat Sarah. Atagi bor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atarav le'oshia, Mechaye haim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim berofe holim, Matzmir asurim, Vaye emunato lishreinei afar. Micha mocha ba'al givurot umedo melach. Melech meimit umechaye umatmiach Yeshua. Iman achar yom hakol. Baruch atah Adonai Mechaye hakol.
אתה קדוש ושמך הקדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
You may all be seated. And we're on the top of page 173, and let's read together, please. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat.
We continue on the top of page 176 with our prayer of thanksgiving. Modim anachnu lach, Shatahu Adonai Eloheinu, Velohei Avotenu, Ve'imotenu le'olam va'en. Tzur chayenu magin yisheinu, Atahu lidor vador. Tzur chayenu magin yisheinu, Atahu lidor vador.
On the top of 177, let's read together. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulacha na'eh lechodot.
Please join me in Shalom Rav, page 178. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Ki atahu lechadol lechol hashalom. Ki atahu lechol hashalom. Shalom Ra'av Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. Shalom Ra'av Yisrael Amcha Tasim Le'olam. V'tov b'neicha livarech et amcha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום רב ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
Always on Shabbat, we pray for Shalom Rav, abundant peace, And yet each and every week it becomes more and more elusive. This week in particular, we are reminded that our world is not at peace through the violent weather that has gripped our nation. From the East Coast to the West Coast, from the North to the South, where we wish we had more rain to where we wish we had less rain, to where we needed more wind, to where we needed no wind, to where we needed some more hot heat, and other places where we needed cold, where we needed less frigid temperatures and far fewer tornadoes, to a place where we really could use some nurturing of the soil. In fact, it never is that we get enough of what we need, often too much of a good thing. And this week in particular, so many are suffering and losing so much of their livelihoods and their homes. We must be grateful that the loss of life has been held at bay. But the tragedy of surrounding what Mother Nature can do is a poignant reminder of how tenuous and precious life is. And so when we're given moments like this, first and foremost, we should pray for the well-being and peace of mind, body, and spirit of those who are enduring so very much. And second, we must realize how very fortunate each of us is to have made it to this place, to be able to celebrate with family and friend, even if the cloud of memory and loss may feel like it will overwhelm us. It is joy and simcha that rises in the morning, and it is our greatest blessing. And so we pause for a few moments of our own silent and private prayer, hopeful that others will know peace this week, and grateful for the peace we know right now.
ליבי לפניך, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי, אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי וגואלי. Go inside your heart, just be. Go inside your heart and see what it wants, what it needs, what it yearns when you breathe. Go inside your heart and see. May the words of my mouth and the meditations
Always in Shabbat, we remember those who may be in need of some extra healing. So if you are thinking of someone who needs healing of body, mind, or spirit and would like to share their name with us now, please feel free to do so. Well, for those known to us and unknown to us, we say, Baruch Atah Adonai Rofecha Cholim. Blessed is God from where the source of healing flows. And if healing cannot be their ultimate gift, then we hope that they will have the ability to endure their challenges. Amen. Well, each and every Shabbat, it is important that one learns and studies and reflects upon the week that has just passed and for our hopes and dreams for the week yet to be, and to pause in this moment of Shabbat and see if tradition or story can give us any guidance. Well, I must tell you, tomorrow you have two extraordinary teachers who will be teaching from the Bima. Both Finn and Gabby not only come to the Bima to chant and to lead us in services, but they themselves will be teachers. They have each learned how to deliver and write and study for a Devar Torah, a word of Torah. And what is so beautiful and miraculous about the study of Torah is that it never looks the same to whatever set of eyes is looking at it. Every one of us finds a different story and a different message and a different pathway. So even though we may share a Torah portion or a portion from one that was just last week or one that may be for the coming week as well, there is always a different message to pull from it. In fact, literally hundreds. Well, I in no way am going to take away from their two very, very special portions. Finn's, I think you can all imagine what it must be because it just rained all week. Very fitting for his portion. It must be Noah. Exactly, please. You're not going to get much wrong here, I promise you. And then, of course, in the afternoon, always at Mincha, the Torah moves forward again and we change portions and we get ready for a wonderful journey. And that, of course, is in Gabby's portion of, not all at once, Gabby will help us, Lech Lecha. Absolutely. And she's going to share with you what that actually means and why it is a journey. But between the two, as Noah is changing to Lech Lecha, is often a forgotten story of what is known as the Tower of Babel. Okay, well, we're going to learn more about that as well. However, a different aspect about the Tower of Babel that perhaps you are not aware of. We often learn that, well, what was the whole idea of building something so great and so high towards heaven? What did the people want for themselves? And please forgive me, normally I'd come down and speak to you, but there's no voice to do that without the help of the microphone. So tell me, what might you've all heard the story? Is everybody familiar with it? That the great tower, the people wanted to come together and build a great tower, and they wanted to ascend and be as great as God. That was their thinking. If we can get as high as God, we can get as great as God. And they even decided, well, yes, God has given us many gifts. And what was the usual building materials in those days? What do you think it was? Well, that's what they were going to use, bricks. You're absolutely right. But are bricks human-made, or are they just there? So what might have been the natural building materials? Because bricks is exactly what they went to make. Stones, and what else? Rocks, excellent. And of course, something that Finn's been using in his creation, Wood, absolutely. So wood and stones and rocks, and they could gather whatever they could find. However, they didn't feel that that was good enough. They had to prove that God's gifts weren't even good enough for them. They were going to make bricks, right? Handmade bricks. So what's the big deal? They started to make their bricks and they started to build. And they built and they built and they built. And then all of a sudden they were getting so tall that it was becoming more and more dangerous to build this tower. And something happened. As they got taller and taller, devastation would happen because people would fall from the tower. It was getting so crowded and so busy that people were losing their lives. But did the people stop to even care? No, they just wanted to continue with their bricks and their bricks. But then the bricks started to fall. And when the bricks fell, what do you think they did? They cared more about the bricks than the people. It's exactly right. Because what was their mission? Just to build a tower, for nothing else but to show how great the people were, right? They sort of lost their focus. What's more important, the bricks that would fall and break that were man-made, or the people that was a gift from God and all the potential that human beings had? I think we all know the answer. And I think it's a story that's most relevant for every age. And I say that regrettably, because still in this very day and age, maybe our building has become more sophisticated, and maybe our inventions have become far more literally out of this world. But somehow we tend to care more about what we can make than what we've already been gifted. And we care much more about our things than we do the people that surround us. It's a wonderful lesson for Shabbat, particularly as so much of the nation is undergoing so much natural and man-made disaster. We are saddened for the material things that we lose, but there is nothing more precious than life. And while we can build great monuments and great towers and great arcs and so many extraordinary feats of human purpose, we don't even take care of the natural resources that have been given to us that are truly our best gifts, because without them we could not accomplish anything. So this Shabbat, when Noah meets Lech Lecha, Gabby, meet Finn. Finn, meet Gabby. And it's so wonderful to see them each supporting each other. We're reminded of the special melding of nature and what is possible or what is destructive, both in nature and by we human beings. I pray that for the two of you and all your wonderful cousins and friends that are here, that the only towers that you will ever build are those that will bring peace to the world and instead cause us to talk to one another rather than garble our language and cause such hurt and destruction in the world. And that is our midrash, our lesson for this Shabbat. Amen. Never leave Shabbat without learning something new. And I hope that you have all learned something new today. Well, we're going to continue with our service, page 586. It is time for the Aleinu. And Finn and Gabby, if you would come up and open the ark doors, you can leave your prayer books. I'm going to ask everyone to rise, please.
Aleinu לשבח אדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשה כגויי הרצון, ולא שמנו כמשפחות אדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
I'm going to ask that we please remain standing as we do each and every time we come together for Shabbat. We remember those who are no longer physically present with us, but who are very much alive within our hearts and within our memories. On this Shabbat, we commemorate the Yortzites, the anniversaries of those who died at this season in years past, as we remember Henry Berger, Conrad Berman, Rose Chernowski, Isidore Hockman, Ida Jaffe, Paul Marks, Jean Hasna Meyer, Brian Allen Miller, Harry Reese, Esther K. Roth, and Jerome Sohm. And we remember 3 who have been taken from our midst in the most recent of days, as we remember Dorothy Lippman, Esther Regent, and Dory Oaklander. If there is anyone else who is here commemorating a Yortzeit or a recent loss and whose name you'd like to share with us now, please feel free to do so. And always as a Jewish community, we remember those of the American Armed Forces and the Israel Defense Forces who have given their lives in defense of our nation and the land of Israel. And so we turn to page 598, so that no mourner ever stands alone. We recite together the Kaddish prayer. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach kirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'hayechon v'yomechon v'chayet kol beit Israel, v'agala u'bizman kari v'yimeru amen. Yehi shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam amei amaya. Yitbarak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitraman v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudusha b'richu, le'olam yimkol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, damiran v'alma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama Rabbah mim shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. We pray that the source of peace will send peace to all who mourn and comfort all the bereaved among us, as we all say, Amen. Amen. And you may be seated. Just a few important announcements. Most importantly, Shabbat worship and all of its excitement continues tomorrow morning at 10:30 when Finn Slattery will be called to the Torah as a bar mitzvah. So we look forward very much to sharing in our Shabbat morning service. And then in our Shabbat afternoon mincha service at 5 o'clock, Gabby will be called to the Torah as a bat mitzvah, and we are so excited that she will be leading our service with so many of you present. Don't forget, both of them have an extra hour of celebrating tomorrow as the clocks fall back. Boy, I've been waiting for that hour.
Me too.
For about 6 months, right? So it's wonderful that everybody has an extra, but please don't forget, because when we join here Sunday morning at 9 a.m., everyone should be really wide awake by then. It'll be very exciting, right, Cantor?
Definitely.
Okay. Any special?
Yes, a couple of announcements. On Wednesday evening, November 20th, there will be a special presentation by Partnership for a Drug-Free New Jersey for parents of teens in particular to talk about how to talk with your kids and not at your kids about drugs. So that is a free program to anybody in the community. It doesn't matter what faith organization you are part of. So please spread the word that is on November 20th at 7 p.m. It's a free meeting. It's only an hour long while the kids are in Machon, while they're in our high school program. That's when the program will be held. The other announcement is that there is a new show on Broadway called Jagged Little Pill. As you can tell from my tone and about Drug-Free America, I'm very passionate about keeping our kids safe and clean and sober. This show called Jagged Little Pill is all about teenagers and stress and what happens when we don't meet the expectations that so many place upon us. I purchased, with the help of the temple, 10 tickets to go see Jagged Little Pill for that Sunday afternoon. It'll be preceded by a program at 12 o'clock and lunch, and then the show at 3. It's available for students in grades 10 through 12, because that's who it's most age appropriate for. So I'm hoping that you'll pass the word to our high school students and let them know that they can talk to me about purchasing those tickets. So it's pretty important.
Thank you, Cantor, and I hope you'll always check our website. We have so many classes and programs and authors and special events taking place in the month of November that we'd love to see you at any and all of them. Well, we especially welcome you to our Oneg Shabbat tonight in honor of our B'nai Mitzvah. And we haven't done it in a while, but all of us were in the mood for some good make-your-own ice cream sundaes, Oneg Shabbat. We knew we'd have some wonderful young ones around, and those of us young at heart that enjoy it, so come make a good Sunday and enjoy our Oneg Shabbat.
Special thank you to Nancy, who wasn't scheduled to be here tonight, but because my guitarist canceled out, Nancy ran here without dinner and was able to play for me tonight, so I am very grateful for her presence. Just please join me as a simple nigun. Let's just do the nigun. That one. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. I finally realized why they made the Chalot rainbow this week, for the rainbow in Noah. So I really wasn't getting why they were doing rainbow Chalot, but yes, we have a rainbow challah. Please join us. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. Shabbat shalom, everyone.